need you guys to give me a round of applause. This is my make for September's Sew My Style, and what do you know? It's actually September's release day. I'm kidding a little bit, but I am really proud that I was able to sew this dress up and release it with everyone else that is participating in Sew My Style right now. So let me tell you all about it. The options for Sew My Style this month were the Sew Liberated Lichen Duster and the Blank Slate Patterns Marigold Dress, Top, and Skirt. The lichen is not my style at all. Nothing against the pattern, but I just don't tend to gravitate toward the slouchy, natural, oversized nature of it. For an outer layer, I much prefer something that's cropped or tailored or more structured. The other pattern, however, is totally my style, so much so that I already had it in my pattern stash. How awesome is that? The Marigold features a half-button placket, stand collar, forward and gathered shoulder seams, set-in sleeves, and an elastic waistband. Then you can choose between 2 lengths and 3 sleeves, add pockets or not, and include a sash if you want. Additionally, there are instructions for just sewing Marigold as a skirt. It really is a powerhouse pattern. Obviously, more is more for me, so I did all the things. I made the knee-length dress with pockets, short sleeves, and the sash. I made no alterations other than sizing up in the bodice due to some reviews I read where the arm side was either a little tight or short, and that the upper bust was also a little bit tight. In addition to that, I also lowered the length and straightened out the hem of the sleeve for a more flattering look on my arm. I also added an additional row of 1/4-inch elastic in the waistband because I prefer a more substantial elastic waistband. The pattern comes together really quickly as there are no darts or pleats and the only gathers are in that shoulder seam. The sleeve is sewn flat and not in the round, which is an easier way for those of you that are newer to set-in sleeves. And there's a neat little trick that indie pattern designers love called the burrito method. If you're not familiar with it, it encloses the seams of your back yoke and shoulder seams with no hand sewing. It's a little bit magical. It's a little bit awesome. So if you've never tried that before, definitely seek out a pattern that includes instructions on completing it. I also would like to point out that after my coral twill jacket flat-felled seam in the sleeve debacle, that's one long hyphenated term, I gave the flat-felled seams another go in this make, in the sleeve as well, and you can see I had much, much better results. The arm side of this pattern is much larger, much looser than that of that tailored jacket, so I had a much easier time with it. In addition, some things that you cannot see are that all of the seams on the inside are French seams, so there are no raw or serged seams on the inside of the garment. And I really wanted to do that because A, it's nice, but B, because of the fabric I chose. So this is a cotton lawn from Liberty of London called Strawberry Thief. Liberty of London makes beautiful prints. They are also expensive, so I just wanted to give it the kind of attention that it needed by finishing all the seams really beautifully on the inside. I've had this fabric in my stash forever. I truly cannot remember where I got it, but I can almost guarantee that I did not pay full price. One of my favorite tips for super expensive fabrics, especially name brand ones, is to buy them on clearance from places like fabric.com. I've got a link in the description box that will take you directly to the Liberty fabrics that are on clearance right now. Most of them are about $20 a yard, which is still pricey, I get that, but it's also a definite savings. I want to say maybe around half off. The prints will not be like the latest and greatest releases, but in a year or two, no one will care and you will just feel so good wearing your Liberty make. In addition to that, do not throw away a single scrap of your Liberty fabric. You can turn those into all sorts of accessories. I've got videos on the channel for like headbands. You can make fabric bracelets and earrings and other jewelry. Basically, there's a ton that you can do with your leftover Liberty fabric, so do not throw away an inch of it. A little fun fact about this make as well is that I had never made this pattern before, even though I owned it, because I had tried that stand collar before on another pattern and had less than desirable results. And for whatever reason, that created this block in my brain that told me that I shouldn't or couldn't sew collars like that. I even considered finishing the neckline of this dress, for right now, this Sew My Style dress, without the collar. Seriously, if there is a PTSD of sewing, I had it. And you know what? Sewing this collar was no big deal. My skills have obviously advanced and I was able to sew the collar no problem at all. So I just want to tell you that if you've developed a fear or some self-doubt or any negativity about something sewing related or otherwise due to a past trauma, to just let it go. It was holding me back and I'm certain yours is holding you back too. Appreciate where you've come from, but embrace all the growth you've had as well. But that is going to do it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching and I will see you all very soon. Bye!